Whenever I perform a wedding, I ask wife to become, are you willing to submit to your husband as to the Lord? And answer should be yes. Because if it's no, then this is it. I'm walking away. There'll be no marrying. You know, and since all sorts of people attending all sorts of weddings, it's not always everybody's churched and well versed. I see how this statement makes some people cringe. They're like, oh, submit to the husband. Supposed to be like equal, equality. Guess who made first push for equality, like ever? Satan. He want to be equal with God. Then he tricked Adam and Eve so they can be equal with God. See, this equality movement, it started with Satan. God already made everybody equal, but he gave to people different roles. In the eyes of God, we're all equal. But he gave to people different roles, giftings, and assignments. And there's beauty in it. But we're like, no, we want to be equal on every level. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Whenever you put any business, small business, like 3 people, somebody gotta be boss, man. Somebody have to tell people what to do. Church, like, yeah, let's be equal in the church. Concerning your worth is higher than mine. It is given to you. Yeah. But God called me to be pastor here. So our roles and callings not equal here. Same within marriage. He gave to husband to be the head and to wife to be a helper. And some people find this problematic, as though woman is degraded. No, no, no. Actually, there is beauty in it. Listen to this. In the book of Ephesians, it says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and give himself for her. Giving to a woman, role of a helper, God giving her worth that is greater than worth of man. Okay, let me reword this. Every man should see it this way. In the eyes of God, you're a child of God, you're a child of God. But in your role as a husband, you should love your wife as Christ loved the church and give himself for her, which means she's priority, man. I'm giving you higher role so you can give or honor her higher worth. What's so bad about this? I mean, which means with every gift, and it kind of dawned upon me. It grew up on not right away, but in course of time, I like, oh, I'm at the bottom of the food chain here. There's children, there's wife, and I'm a leader, but with my office, I have to put myself like at the very bottom, like they worth more than I do. You getting my point, right? There's harmony in whatever God does. And ladies, if your husband think otherwise, if he think of himself, he's all that in a bag of chips, send him to pastor. We will knock into his head that God give him greater role so he can honor his wife's greater worth. Like if, let's say, danger of any sort happens, who dies for who? Who lays down life? Like, we all get upset with Abraham, Father Abraham, right? When he said to Sarah, pretend to be my sister so it might be well with you and me. Like, with all respect, Father Abraham, we men don't do this kind of stuff. But when it comes to like laying down your life, okay? Like, honey, I will lay down my life for you as Christ laid down his. Like, no, honey, you don't have to die. How about get yourself a job